Good morning, everybody. My name is Mark Lamas, and welcome to my Redken audition. This is my plan is to become a Redken artist, and hopefully this will prove to you that I'm good to work for you. So first of all, I want to welcome everybody here to come to the class today and take some time out of your busy schedule and just be part of something that's bigger than us. And I believe that Redken is bigger than us, because there's so much opportunity out there for each and every one of us. So just thank you for coming, and let's get started if you're ready, okay? Are you ready? Set, let's go. So today we're going to be learning about the 6-panel bob. And what we're going to be learning today is how to incorporate 8 bevels of the head with using just 6 panels within the head shape. Most of us know that our head shape is round, so we're working within those parameters. So today we're going to be learning about how to prep the hair, how to section and to cut, how-tos, and how to finish. So let's get started. So today I took my Erica doll and prepped her with Color Magnetics, which has the sulfate-free and RCT protein complex. RCT meaning we have a certain process in the hair that is roots, the core, and the tip. So we're taking care of all 3 parts of the hair shaft. And so today I used my Color Extend Magnetics shampoo and conditioner. Why? Because Erica here has color treated hair, and if I want to sustain that color's vibrancy for 4 weeks, I just want to make sure that she leaves with a shampoo that is going to keep that vibrant, beautiful color that you just spent all this time on. So that's what I prepped her hair with. I washed, and then I next use the One United Detangler. I'm going to be using this because I want to be able to glide through her hair. I want to be able to get a smooth transition with my combing, my blousing, and my sectioning. I'm also using it to protect my shears. It's a cutting lotion, makes it easier to cut through the hair. We also have anti-static formulation within this. There's 21 benefits in One United, so 25 benefits in One United. So you can have some manageability, fight the frizz, condition the hair, just a little bit of everything, and that's why I'm using this product. I use this daily when I'm cutting hair, whether I'm cutting or coloring or retexturizing. It's just an easy way to get some manageability in the hair. So we're gonna go through a few parts. I went through prep. Now we're going to go through the how-tos of sectioning and how to cut this 6-panel bob. Okay, we're going to be sectioning this in vertical sections. So by taking the head, making sure she's straight up and down, you don't want her bending forward. You're going to get some graduation back here in the back if you do that. So always start your clients out with their head straight up and down. And we are going to comb our One United through there. I start with the wide tooth comb, then I turn it around and I just get myself a little bit more closer feel to it. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and look for the center of her head, and I am going to go ahead and section the top. One of the best ways to section is just using your mirror and looking to see if you are really centered on this cut. Since I'm not working with the mirror, I'm going to be checking her from time to time from front. So now I want to find the top of the head, which some people call the apex. I'm going to see if her head is up straight, up and down. I'm going to place my comb on top of her head. I'm going to find the highest point of the head, and I'm going to go ahead and comb down to the top of the ear. So I'm going to create 4 sections right now. I'm going to break them down into 8 bevels of the head. We all know that there's change of direction in the head. If we didn't know that, I'll go through that real quick here. So on our head, we've got the front two panels. We always have the bang area, which there's always a change in direction in that. So where I'm starting right now is on the left-hand side, in the left corner. So I'm going to create bevel 1, and then I'm going to go to the other side, to the other top of the ear, and get bevels 5 and 6. I'm just going to section that out, put my finger at the nape of her head, in the center part, and I'm going to drag my comb down to create those 4 quadrants right now. So try to find your balance. Once you get used to this and doing it all the time, you'll be able to figure out that these haircuts don't need the sectioning. You can actually know where you're at on the head at all times just by knowing where these bevels change and where the head shape changes. Some people have a different shaped head, and you're going to get different sectionings on each individual head. So what I've done is broke down the back here, the sides, and the top. So all I'm going to do now is take this section of the head, I'm going to break it into 2 sections. Knowing that most of the major changes in the head shape are in this area. Sectioning just keeps us knowing where we are at all times, just like a road map. It tells us where we've been, what we did, how we did it, why we did it. And so the next time the client comes, we're able to copy that same haircut she asked for if she loved it. She might not, but that's your choice. You can change it anytime you want to. So I'm going to the left side of the head now. I'm going to continue on doing the same exact thing. So I like to put my clips in the upward position. It just seems to hold the hair better. So see, what I've done is I created those 2 sections in the quadrants in the back into 4 bevels, different areas. We'll go through that in 2 seconds here. Now I want to find the bang area where when the hair falls naturally, it's like falling like a tablecloth on top of a table. So, you know, it's flat on the top and then all of a sudden it drops down. So the bang area, we have that same issue, but we also have to deal with the curvature of the head. So we're going to take our comb and place it in the center of the forehead here, and we're just going to rock back until we find the area where it starts turning and curving. So you can see that. Let me get over here. Comb, and where it starts turning, that's where we're going to take our parting to the corner of the eye. Everybody see that? Okay, awesome. Grab some more clips here. And we're going to duplicate the same thing on the other section. And then you automatically create your top of the ear area. So you've got I'm gonna leave the other section. Well, no, I'm gonna have to show you. So what we created from her to create this look is we've got bevels 1, bevel 2, bevel 3, bevel 4, bevel 5, bevel 6, and then the bang area is bevel 7 and bevel 8. So what we're going to do is incorporate bevel 7 into bevel 6 and bevel 8 into bevel 1. So what we're doing is taking 2 bevels, but we're putting them into panels. So we're going to have 6 panels. We're combining that. So each panel in and of itself will have a super horizontal blunt haircut. And that's the name of the 6-panel bob. So if that makes sense, we'll get started. So I'm going to start in section 1. No, I'm going to start in section 4. You can start anywhere on the head, but we're going to start from the back of the head. So let's go over here and grab my shears, making sure that the bevels on either side are away from this bevel. We're going to create a bob. Now I'm going to start a little bit longer because she's new and she's got a lot of hair left on her still, so I just want to take a couple inches off, and then that way you can see what I'm talking about with the 6-panel bob. Okay, so when we comb the hair, we're going to blouse the hair down so all the hair is in natural falling position, making sure not to grab anything from another section. Making sure her head is upright. And we're just going to we're going to put our body position in the center of the bevel, okay? And then we're going to do a horizontal line. We're going to do a blunt bob. We're going to create blunt, heavy width in this haircut, all right? So taking all that hair down to natural falling position, little tension, making sure all the hair is going down. Now, you can break it into sections. It's up to you. But what I want to do is do something quick and concise so that you can learn about how easy this concise cutting is. So everything's down, going down horizontally, combing, combing, combing. My body position is comfortable, resting in the center here. And I'm going to cut. So what I've created, that little piece there, is one strong line, okay? So that's creating for me it's creating for me a way to find what I did when I moved to the next bevel. So we're gonna go to bevel 2, all right? And we're gonna go ahead and take a piece of section from the previous section. That's gonna be our guide. So our guide for cutting it next time. So let's make sure all the hair is combed down. Making sure not to take anything from any of the other bevels. We're gonna comb that down. And we are going to cut horizontally. Body position, little tension, and cut. So we're joining 2 bevels, creating 1 panel. Can everybody see that? Okay. So if we continue this on to the other side, we're doing the same thing, remembering to stay with our body position in front of the panel, in front of the bevel, making sure is not to grab any of the hair from the previous section or from the new section that you're going to do next. Straight down, take a piece, take a piece from this section. That's going to be your guide. Can everybody see that? So going straight down. My guide is there. I'm going to cut. What happens when we lift or we have elevation? We create layers. So what we're doing is actually keeping 1 finger's distance from the head or the neck area, wherever you're working in this nape area. If you have just 1 finger underneath there, what are you creating? You're creating elevation. So you have to be really careful that you're just not putting a lot of tension. So all I did was match those 2 sides up. So let's go to bevel 5 here now, or bevel 2 here, and comb the hair down. And we're going to continue the bob on, standing right in the center of the bevel. We've got a little bit of our guide there, and we're going to cut. So I've established my area here in the back. Later on, I'll go in and clean that up a little bit underneath if there's any hanging hairs underneath there. So we've created that horizontal line. Now we're going to work into the next sections, which would be 1, 8, 7, and 6. Being 7 or 8 and 1 on this side, and 7 and 6 on this side. But I'm going to show you how to incorporate those. So I'm going to move a little closer. So I'm taking both my clips out. Let's see, so we've pretty much completed almost the whole shape of the head. So let's go to the next section here. So in this cut, you saw how I cut the back using horizontal finger angle. You can adjust that if you're looking for a longer bob in the front or a shorter bob in the front. You can adjust your finger angle. It's just that simple. And you will see that in the haircut when your client returns. You'll be able to know what you did, whether you angled forward or angled back. So what I'll do is create a little bit of roundness in the haircut, going either longer in the front or shorter in the front. So we're about right here right now, and we are going to combine these panels on this side here. And I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm taking the hair straight down in a falling position, knowing that I have a little guide back here. I'll go ahead and section that off since there's going to be a lot of hair, 2 panels incorporated here. And I'm just going to take my finger softly by the eye there, and I'm continuing to calm that hair down. Hopefully my hand's not in the way you can see. I've got my guide over here. I'm going to come on down, find my guide. Standing in front of panel 1 because I'm over directing this hair here into panel 1. So panel 8 will be going into panel 1. And I'm just very, very little tension, creating a little bit of length in the front. Got it? Cool. Let's do the other side. Taking both panel 6, bevel 6 and bevel 7, but we're going to create the same thing. Might be a little harder on this side, being right-handed, but you can do it. So right at the corner of the eye, put your finger there. The remaining hair is going to be cut. So we're going to create a little bit of that over direction in the front. Making sure all my hair is going into falling position. Let's clip this hair behind here. away so we don't grab it, but we also gave us a guide. And I'm going to turn her towards me, so I want to stand right in front of her. You can always go back later and touch up little pieces here and there that maybe, because you're not creating a lot of tension, you are actually just giving a nice blunt horizontal cut. Do I see any wild pieces? Yeah, a little bit. I'll just go in there and trim those up just a little bit. So, does that make sense now with having to cut 8 panels to create a 6 or 8 bevels to create a 6 panel bob? That's how to simplify your business. You can be talking to your clients, you know exactly where you are on the head, you know what you're doing, you're continuing to work around the head, keeping a good, strong, firm foundation so that you can cut this hair the way she wants it, or he. So right now we're gonna finish. I'm gonna use a product. Yeah, so we went through finger angle also, which is a really strong bob. You wanna do horizontal. If you want it a little bit longer, you just tilt your finger angle, depending on which way you want it to go. So we continued that from section one, or bevel 1, all the way around the head, completing that bob with just, I don't know, you could even make it 6 cuts if you wanted to. So we're gonna go ahead and finish using velvet gelatine, one of my favorite lightweight hair products from Redken. We use it daily. I like to use it when I just don't want that feel of a lot of product in the hair, and I just want a nice smooth look. And I enjoy getting a smooth look because the client runs their hands through their hair afterwards and they just go like, oh my God. So what it does is create enthusiasm about a product, and it has your client excited about something that they may want to purchase when they leave. I always tell them what I use, because a lot of times we just shampoo and condition and they're like, what made my hair feel so good? Well, 1 is the products, and 2 is the way you blow dry and style the hair. Velvet Gelatine 07. You can layer 07 with any products. If you need a little strength, you can layer it with anything. But I just kind of like to get the Velvet Gelatine all over my hands, put it through the head, making sure I get it on the whole head. And basically I just want this cut to be really close to her hair. So I'm gonna go ahead and flat wrap this and just create a nice straight bob, just without a lot of volume, just to give it to fit this client's hair. So I'm gonna blow dry right now, and we will continue this in just 1 second.